What's up, people? It's your boy Charm City Gamer here, back with a vlog. I know I'm probably gonna sound like a biased O's fan here, but I'm here to talk about the Cy Young and MVP award winners. And frankly, I think that the O's got robbed in this one, people. Now, let me preface this by saying I have nothing against Rick Porcello's effort. He went 22-4. Most years that would be easily deserving of a Cy Young award winner. And, Mike Trout hitting 29 home runs, driving in 100 runs, and stealing, I think, what was it? He had a 315 batting average, hit 29 home runs, 100 RBI, 30 steals, had 173 hits, 123 runs scored. Most years that'd be good enough for an MVP, but when we compare it to Manny Machado's stats, my boy Manny Machado, third baseman for the O's, he hit he had 188 hits, 105 runs scored, 37 home runs, 96 RBIs, 284 average. Okay, so Trout beats him in average and RBIs, but how do you discount the fact that Manny had 15 more hits than Trout and 15 more hits and 8 more home runs? Not to mention, third base is a much trickier position to play than center field because all those big highlight reel plays that Trout's making, basically all they are is just leaping up to the wall and rob home runs. Anybody can do that. I mean, Adam Jones does it all the time in center field. So, I mean, I think that Manny overall should have been higher in the MVP ranking and finishing 5th. But my real bone to pick here is the Cy Young Award winner. Now, like I said, any other year, a 22-4 record would be an easy Cy Young Award winner. But how in God's name do you overlook a guy like Zach Britton, who in 69 games out of the pen, let me see exactly what the numbers are here. I know he pitched in 69 games. Let me see. Hold on. I'm checking out the stats here. Just give me a second to check this stuff out. If it'll let me check this out in a minute. Hold on, I actually went to the wrong page. 1 second. Okay, he finished. Alright. Hang on, people. I'm trying to get my words together here. Okay, let's look at Britton's stats, shall we? I got a page for his stats here. Okay, here's what all Zach did in 69 games out of the pen. 2-1 record, 0.54 ERA, 47 saves and 47 chances, 67 innings pitched. He fanned 74 guys, and he had a 0.84 WHIP, which is walks, hits, and innings pitched. Now I know what you're thinking. Porcello had a bigger stat for that. Porcello had more appearances on it, more wins and everything. But here's the important thing, guys. Britton only gave up, let me show you, or let me explain it. In those 69 innings, Britton gave up just 4 earned runs the entire season and only 1 home run. And whereas a starter like Porcello would pitch every 5th day, Britton sometimes would come in 5 days a week. And not only that, I mean, if it wasn't for Britton, I don't think we'd have even made the postseason. So, like I said, I'm not discounting Porcello at all. Any other season, he'd be more than deserving of the Cy Young Award winner. But the fact that Zach goes 47 for 47, and for the first time in history, he's the first guy in history to post a ERA below 1 in that many appearances, and have such a high strikeout rate in the amount of innings he pitched. I mean, 47 saves in 47 appearances. I think he's saved it I think he saved like 49 or 50 games in a row. So that tells you something. Britton's dynamite. And like I've said, I have nothing against Porcello. He had a hell of a year, and I think in another season, if Zach didn't have the kind of season he did, I wouldn't be making this video because I would say that Porcello was a runaway candidate for the Cy Young Award winner. But I feel that given everything that Zach went through, and sure, we may have been eliminated in the wild card round, and the Red Sox may have advanced to the ALCS, but that really shouldn't factor into the Cy Young Award voting, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does, because it seems like all the big awards always seem to go to the Red Sox players, for crying out loud. I mean, even when some guys like Porcello, at least this year, didn't deserve it, in my opinion. And I'm trying not to sound too overly biased, but I just feel that given the year Zach had, he should be recognized for it more than just the same old reliever of the year. And I'm not saying he should win MVP, far from it. That, I personally feel, should go to Manny with Trout probably finishing second or third, maybe Mookie Betts second. Donaldson maybe third or fourth. But I mean, how do you consider Trout being the MVP when he played for a team that didn't even make the postseason? That really boggles my mind. But and anyway, back to Zach. I mean, let me get the stats on Porcello here. Hold on, I gotta check this out. I mean, I need to get the stats on Porcello to compare them to Zach. Okay, here's Porcello stats. I'm probably rambling here, but I gotta talk about this. 22-4, a 3.15 ERA in 33 games. So obviously he's a starter, so he'll pitch less. And in 223 innings, he fanned 189 with a 1.01 WHIP. Zach's WHIP was 1.84, and he fanned a little more than he actually threw an inning pitch. So I'm not saying he should have struck out more than he did, because that's ludicrous. He's coming out of the bullpen maybe one inning at a time. But still, if you're a starter and you're posting a 3 ERA and you have a WHIP over 1, and you have a WHIP that's just barely over 1, that's great. But if you got a dominant guy that goes perfect in save opportunities, which is next to impossible in this day and age, and only gives up 1 home run and only 4 earned runs the entire season, you got to go with the closer, man. I know it might be unfair to Porcello fans out there, and like I said, to any Boston fans that view this video, I am not hating on your boy Porcello. He earned this. I just feel like this wasn't his year in terms of being the Cy Young Award winner. I feel that in any other year, 22 wins, 22-4 record is most definitely deserving of the Cy Young Award winner, of the Cy Young Award rather. But I feel, considering the year that Zach had, with a 0.54 ERA in 69 games and a WHIP of 0.84, and considering the year he had, only allowing 1 home run, and just 4 earned runs the entire season. I mean, hell, he had 43 games in a row where he didn't allow a single earned run. How does that all not factor into a Cy Young Award winning season for Zach? I mean, finishing 11th in the MVP is impressive enough, but still, you gotta give that award to Zach. And in all things honest and all things true, I think Manny should have came away with the MVP award simply because his contributions led the O's to a better finish than the Angels, and frankly, he pretty much outdid Trout in everything but stolen bases and batting average. And he was just a little shy on the RBIs. Trout's 100 to his 96. But I just feel that it seems like there's like a lot of voter bias or something. Call me a biased butthurt Orioles fan that's now in New York, but I just feel that the wrong decisions were made, if only because of some of the years that the U.S. players had. I mean, for crying out loud, only Mark Trumbo took home hardware for us this year, and that was in the Silver Slugger Award. And I think it was just a Silver Slugger Award. I'm not positive. Actually, let me check that. I'm actually curious if there was any other awards that people took home. Hang on, I gotta check this out. Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me check that out for you, and I'll see if I can get the damn thing straight here. Okay, let me look at the awards here. Okay, awards. Hold on, I want to see if any other Orioles took home hardware. And I'm totally fine with Terry Francona taking away the Manager of the Year award. I mean, as great a year as Buck Showalter had, you got to go with the guy that took his team to Game 7 of the World Series. So, let's see what else was there. Yeah, Trumbo won the Silver Slugger, but that was basically it. Yeah. Only Trumbo with the Silver Slugger was the only guy to take home any kind of hardware. Well, other than Zach with the Reliever of the Year award. But, I mean, okay, and Trumbo got the Comeback Player of the Year, but still. How do you not give the Cy Young to Britton, considering the year he had? I mean, okay, I get it. You can discredit him because he's a closer and everything. But considering the year he had, and you base it among starters, I'd say Britton, personally, performed better in those 69 games out of the bullpen than any starter that was nominated. I mean, how do you give that to a guy that has 4 losses and has an ERA 3 times as much as Britton did? It just doesn't make any sense in my terms of syntax in baseball. I mean, I don't know if it's viewer bias. I don't know if they're rigging it so that I can get a bigger payroll next year. I really don't know what the deal is, but something about it just doesn't feel legitimate, maybe not totally genuine. But I feel that, given the year he had, he really should have been recognized for it, more than just the Reliever of the Year award. He should be taking home Cy Young hardware, and Manny should at least, if not win the MVP award, at least finish in the top 2, not 5th. I mean, if people think that Mookie Betts is going to repeat the year he had this year, especially at Canyon Yards where he hit, I think, 9 of his whatever amount of homers he had. They're absolutely nuts. Actually, let's check out how many homers Betts had the entire season. Let me see. I'm actually curious. I know he had quite a few. Where is he? He's here somewhere. Mookie Betts. There he is. Okay, let's see. Betts had 31 homers, 113 RBIs. And most of those homers came in Canyon Yards or against us. So, I mean, if people think that a guy that had just 23 lifetime homers before this year will repeat the kind of year he had this year, next year, they're absolutely crazy. So, I don't think he should have been anywhere near the at least top 3 of the MVP. At most, he should probably be like 6th or 7th, I honestly think. I feel that, Betts had a great year. He ought to be recognized for it in some manner, which he was, but to think that he was that good in terms of leading Boston to a playoff berth, I think they're overrating him just a teeny bit. But in my personal opinion, Manny should at least be either the top 2 or the league MVP, and Zach Britton should be the Cy Young Award winner without much question. But that's just my personal opinion on it, and I'm trying to be as civil and unbiased as possible here. So that's just my 2 cents on it, and I'm glad I was able to get that out in a rather civilized manner. So till next time, I should work on the Charm City Gamer here. Signing out. Remember, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to support me on the channel. And as always, keep it charming.